Your mother is Nancy Pelosi, and you must know a lot about the ways liberal Democrats think. Were you approaching conservative voters as some kind of exotic species?
I always thought it was interesting that you don't see their perspective on TV. Now, I know that Fox News exists, and I know that the Republicans have dominated the airwaves, but the masses of people that stand in line to go see Sarah Palin on a Saturday night, I don't know who those people are. I know what New York City Republicans look like, the kind that show up in Fox News to be in studio. I know what Ann Coulter looks like, but I don't know who the base, the diehard standing in line for 8 hours in the cold because they just want to get a glimpse of the candidate with their own two eyes. Who are these people?
Were you traveling on John McCain's Straight Talk Express bus?
No.
Because you show shots of it every so often. I assumed that you were doing something similar initially to what you did with George Bush during the 2000 campaign.
Well, first of all, the McCain campaign, because of my last name, treated me more like Al-Qaeda. They didn't want me anywhere near them. And whenever I was filming John McCain, they would jump in front of me like I was some sort of terrorist that was about to shoot him. And I had to remind them that I did have 15 years as a journalist, under my belt, and that I did have a sort of famous friendship with George W. Bush from the movie I made in 2000. So I had to remind them that I wasn't just there to, mock the candidate, but the campaign didn't trust me. But that being said, every political journalist will tell you nowadays there's nothing to get on the bus anymore. The campaign bus is dead for journalism. And I had no interest in sitting inside the bubble being spoon-fed the story of the day from the McCain campaign. I wanted to meet the real supporters. I wanted to get out there and talk to the people who, I don't share any similarities with them in terms of their worldview, but I thought it was interesting that their perspective seemed to be lost in this election.
And they complain that they really don't have a voice, even though they represent millions. There are millions and millions of them.
Well, did you think from watching it that those were the voices that you see on TV? I mean, did you see people on TV saying Obama is the Antichrist, Obama is Hitler, Obama is a socialist? I mean, some of it.
I get emails from people who are making those claims. But, yeah, those people have been marginalized because they're an embarrassment, I guess, to the people who they are supporting.
Right. So the right wing, they get sort of pushed out. What's going to happen when this movie comes out? By the end of the week, I'm sure Fox News will say, I'm just trying to embarrass the Republican Party by putting some of these people on TV. The irony of that is that they're embarrassed by their base. They're embarrassed by some of these things. But the right-wing radio is where these people pick up their talking points. These people at the rallies are just mimicking what they hear on right-wing radio. But then when it's put back on television, people are going to say, oh, you picked the one lunatic in the crowd. We didn't pick the one lunatic in the crowd. For every person that says Obama is the Antichrist, there are hundreds. You've gotten emails to that effect, right? It's just I don't know where the sentiment came from. I think it came from right-wing radio.
How representative were the people in your film of the people that you interviewed? Well,
just like everything else in life, you have this little microcosm. There are going to always be people that don't want to talk to me because of my last name. There are going to be people that don't want to talk to me.
They knew who you were? Because there's one scene where Sean Hannity tells people she's Nancy Pelosi's daughter, and it looks like at that point that you were fearing for your life.
Yeah, there were moments where I felt I was going to get lynched. There were some very unchristian moments from the Christian conservative crowd. But there were also a lot of people, autograph seekers, photograph seekers, because of my movie I made with Bush in 2000. So it was very dysfunctional because some people would be really warm and they'd invite me home for dinner. And other people would, we won't go there. The places in America between California and New York where, they know what these places look like. They come on vacation in New York. They come on vacation in San Francisco, but we don't go on vacation in Beaver, Pennsylvania. We don't go on vacation in Fort Wayne, Indiana. I try to go to the places in the red states where, the real conservatives live, the ones that, you have to remember, over 58 million people did not vote for Barack Obama. It's a staggering number. People in New York seem to think that the whole world, everyone's on an Obama honeymoon, and they just feel like everyone in the country loves Obama, and they forget that there are big portions of the population between California and New York that think Obama is Hitler or the Antichrist.